Apparently,
The cryptocurrency market is growing faster than a weed in the summertime, and now everyone wants in on the action. Even the government can't resist the lure of digital coins, and dozens of countries are developing their own versions. Some of these babies will even be hitting the market as early as 2023. Crazy, right? But everything is not right in this crypto world. In this video, we're going to give you the lowdown on these state-issued digital currencies and how they're going to affect regulars like you and me. We'll try to find out if CBDC really threatens cryptocurrency or not. So, grab a cup of coffee and get comfy because we are about to dive right in. So you have heard about the latest buzzword in the finance world. It's the CBDC or central bank digital currency, or as I like to call it, the cool bank digital cash. Basically, it's like a fancy digital version of regular money that the government issues and supports. But wait, it's not like those other cryptocurrencies that you hear about. The CBDC is like a crypto that's more sophisticated than its older brother. It's created using blockchain technology, just like those cool cryptos, but it's not decentralized like them. The CBDC is a stable coin, which means its exchange rate is tied to the value of the state currency in a ratio of 1:1. So it's like having your own personal banker, making sure that your money is always worth what it's supposed to be worth. You know those stable coins like USDC or USDT that are tied to the value of the USD? Well, the CBDC is exactly the same, except the central bank of the country is the one in charge of creating and issuing it, not some shady private company or a group of people. Now, there are two ways to look at this. First, there are those who believe that only the state's digital currency should be allowed and everything else should be banned. But I don't think it'll happen. I mean, China's central bank digital currency is already on that path. According to them, transactions with CBDC will be transparent and each transaction and participant in the chain can be tracked. Banks can then focus on serving customers and improving their products. Financial monitoring can take a backseat. Banks might even be excited about it. Second option is to recognize CBDC and regulate other cryptocurrencies. In this model, digital coins and crypto will be considered a digital token, a payment token, or a security like shares. This way, the cryptocurrency market can develop systematically and CBDC will be a full participant in the crypto world. That's how Singapore is handling it. Okay, so the first concept they talk about is the account-based one. Essentially, this means that everyone would have their own personalized account with the central bank. Sounds fancy, right? But there are some downsides. For starters, the regulators' costs would skyrocket since they have to maintain all those accounts. Plus, it could totally disrupt the traditional finance intermediaries we're used to. Banks might see a massive outflow of funds if individuals and legal entities start flocking to the central bank. Some European banks are already freaking out about how they will lend money to the economy in such a system. The other concept is the value token-based one. This would involve the central bank distributing digital cash or tokens through commercial banks, kind of like how cash is distributed now. The upside is that the central bank wouldn't have to worry about the costs and risks of serving customers and providing additional services. The tokens would be digital versions of cash. However, commercial banks are worried that it would be way too easy for big tech companies to enter the financial sphere and compete with them. The financial industry is already a cutthroat world. Anyway, how a country decides to launch its own central securities exchange will vary depending on the specific tasks assigned to the regulator. You see, if we don't count the sand dollar from the Bahamas, not many countries has yet made the big leap to launch its own digital currency. But fret not, over 50 countries are currently developing their own CBDCs. Nigeria and Jamaica have also launched their own digital currency. China is leading the charge amongst the superpowers with its digital yuan, which had been under test for a long time. And now, in January 2023, they have included digital yuan in cash circulation data for the first time. And hey, let's give a round of applause to South Korea, Canada, France, the United Arab Emirates, South Africa, Ghana, and Uruguay who are currently in the pilot testing phase. El Salvador is taking a completely different approach by recognizing Bitcoin as a legit means of payment alongside the US dollar. It's like they're saying, hey, let's skip the whole CBDC thing and go straight to the good stuff. So one of the main goals of CBDCs is to make financial transactions more secure and transparent. This is because CBDCs use cutting-edge technology to keep track of all the cash flows. It's like having a super smart piggy bank that knows exactly where all your money is going. But why are central banks suddenly so interested in digital currencies? Well, it turns out that cryptocurrencies have been causing quite a stir in the financial world. Some people and companies are using them as a form of alternative financial system. The last thing the government wants is to lose control over all the cash. That's where CBDCs come in. They're like a digital leash that keeps all the money in check. And let's be honest, if the government can't beat them, they might as well join them. By creating their own digital currency, they can lead the charge instead of playing catch up. But it's not just about keeping the government in control. CBDCs are also a way to fight back against those pesky stablecoins. These cryptocurrencies are becoming so powerful that they might start to overshadow some countries. And nobody wants that. So it looks like there's going to be some kind of link between these digital currencies and good old-fashioned cash. And get this, we might be able to exchange them for each other for a pretty long time. In some countries, in China, it seems like cash and non-CBDC digital currencies might get stuck in a gray zone and banned. I mean, can you imagine living in a world without cash? How would we pay our local performers or secretly buy candy from our friends during class? It's a scary thought, my friend. And now, we've got a real critic here. Dominic Frisby, the author of Bitcoin, The Future of Money, thinks that CBDCs have a major downside, and it's because of their fancy programmable features. But seriously, Frisby raises a good point. With CBDCs, the government can just waltz right into our digital wallets and start collecting taxes and fines with a few taps of their keyboards. And let's not forget about the potential for using money as a weapon in economic warfare. Who knew that lines of code could be so deadly? And if that's not scary enough for you, CBDCs could also be integrated with social rating systems. Big Brother could be watching your every purchase and using the power of money to punish or reward you. It's like a real-life Black Mirror episode. Looks like your bank knows more about you than your own mother. They know where you live, where you work, and even where you buy your precious groceries on a Monday. They probably know your favorite color and what kind of pizza toppings you're into. But it's not just the private sector that's interested in your every move. The government wants a piece of the pie too. And don't think central banks are sitting on the sidelines either. They're all about getting their hands on your data. And let's not forget about those national digital currencies. They're coming, whether we like it or not. And with them comes the newest danger hanging over our society, according to that whistleblower extraordinaire, Edward Snowden. So, say goodbye to privacy and hello to Big Brother, watching your every move. Because in a world where CBDCs reign supreme, there's no room for financial freedom. It's all about inclusion until you realize you're trapped in an economic straitjacket. Central banks have a role to play, and as they say, with great power comes great responsibility. And that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And also don't hesitate to leave a comment down below with your thoughts, suggestions, or questions. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, peace.